Well. We just need to get on with the news. Of course, we're going to talk about Granit Xhaka having family time because that's what he cherishes. I'm sorry. There is an update about Rafinha as to the deal. What is exactly happening? We have a huge update regarding the whole Rafinha deal, his agent, blah blah blah. We're going to talk about that in detail. I think this news makes a lot of sense. So there's a Twitter thread that we need to address. Also, Lisandro Martinez, what exactly is going on with Gabriel Jesus, ladies and gentlemen? The transfer window, and of course, the importance of Thomas Partey to Arsenal. I already mentioned it before that with him, we win a lot of games. Without him, there's a lot of problems. Another player in the name of Seiko Fofana being linked with Arsenal and Newcastle for I don't know why, but we cannot take that. We have to take that seriously as well because out of nowhere we signed Fabio Vieira. So why not? And João Felix, why he should leave Atletico Madrid, and he might come to the Premier League anyways. So the first news is of course Granit Xhaka on Instagram posting this image with the caption "Nothing beats family time." Oh, Granit, you tell everyone that that's exactly what it is. There's no way that anything beats family time. So there's this Twitter account named Mostafa Eldib. I've actually retweeted that. So if you want to actually find this thread on Twitter afterwards, after watching this video, do check it out. It's actually really fantastic. You can follow me on my Twitter. Yes, flexing my Twitter account. But anyways, you don't want to follow me, don't follow me. No issues. Just check out my latest retweet. You'd really have a wonderful time. So it's an exclusive. Now, what Mustafa says is from the group Gunner Zone Egypt on the Facebook platform. The admin group contacted some sources at Jorge Mendes agency regarding Rafinha. The admin who spoke to them had already been speaking to them for days, and when I was sure of credibility of the source, we started publishing. So here are the questions and answers that they actually had. So here we go. He says, I can assure you that Rafinha would rather work under Mikel Arteta than play for Tottenham. Barcelona and Tottenham are out of the race to sign the player. Dembele is close to renewing his contract. Richarlison is close to Tottenham. That's the whole reason. Now, what about Chelsea? He says Chelsea is monitoring the situation from afar, but it has priorities before entering into this deal. Defense line and Raheem Sterling is what they want. Now, he also says that regarding the following transaction, Leeds United have already made a promise from Mendes to facilitate the deal for Otavio, the Porto winger. Jorge Mendes in turn will facilitate the Rafinha deal for Arsenal. Edu Gaspar has been working on the deal for months and has a strong relationship with Deco. Mostafa then goes on to say, he says that in the event of Rafinha coming, the first reason will be Edu Gaspar because of his extreme seriousness and his hard work on the deal for months. Well, he also says that when asked about Chelsea's advantage because of the Champions League, he says no, the advantage at the present time is for Arsenal. There are doubts in Rafinha in his ability to play with Chelsea's style, especially with the advent of the Qatar World Cup. He sees at the present time that Arsenal is the best destination for him. Well, the tweet doesn't get over. He says that Arsenal have already made another offer for Rafinha. He said the offer was great and described it as impossible to refuse without knowing the exact amount. Mustafa also says that Mikel Arteta impresses Rafinha by insisting on signing him. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's all the hard work of Edu Gaspar. If we even think, or if we even have a slightest chance of signing Rafinha to Arsenal, Edu Gaspar is working really hard, and most importantly, it is Mikel Arteta has been adamant that Arsenal sign him. So, it is what it is. Make of this what you will. Rafinha is Arsenal's priority, and apparently not only him, Gabriel Jesus is also the priority, and that's why signing both of them is really shaping up in these days. But before the end of this month is what I would suggest as well. So Gabriel Jesus, ladies and gentlemen, Fabrizio Romano says that work is in progress. Then we will see other many things. But more importantly, Arsenal have started new contacts with Lisandro Martinez's agent in the last 48 hours, reported by Fabrizio Romano in K Golazo podcast. So, speaking to K Golazo podcast, he says that Arsenal have really started, fresh reports of getting into talks with Lisandro Martinez's agent. 48 hours, it's more than everything for me. But more importantly, we also talk about why Rafinha deal is also on Arsenal's radar, because Matt Law DT has a special report coming on Chelsea's transfer news, which He clarifies that Thomas Tuchel has been promised up to 6 summer signings with £200 million to spend. And in that report, it is mentioned Chelsea identified Raheem Sterling, Ousmane Dembele, Richarlison, and Gabriel Jesus. No mention of Rafinha, by the way. That also gives me more room to believe. Rashad Rahman from Barcelona's transfer news says that Deco is in Barcelona. He'll soon be meeting the club to understand how and in what strategies they'll be facing the Rafinha operation, which has been confirmed by Joaquim Piera. So these are also the reports that are actually coming out. But here's another report from Thiago Fernandez from Goal Brazil says that Rafinha's first choice option has always been Barcelona, but as they're most likely ruled out, it will be between Arsenal and Tottenham. Rafinha would like to work under Arteta, so Arsenal are above Spurs right now. So as already mentioned in my previous thing where I discussed in why Rafinha would want to play for the World Cup, and Arsenal suits his agenda for that, so it makes a lot of sense. But David Ornstein finally opens up about the transfer window after the pandemic. He says it feels like life has been breathed back into the transfer market after the effects of the pandemic. It's boom time for the Premier League. I don't remember the market ever being so busy this early in the window. Same here, not in the last 4 or 5 years, no sir. But for the other teams, yes, it has been. But for Arsenal, my God, after such a long time, the market is really looking really serious at the moment. So we have a statistical update where we talk about the importance of Thomas Partey. Now his passing dashboard is here, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see. Yeah. So the darker is more often length average passing distance. So you can see how important it's been for Arsenal. The footedness, pass volume versus efficiency versus passing difficulty, pass volume versus forward percentage. Well, not only that, we have for you Thomas Partey open play passes, what he's done. If you can see 85.7% pass percentage, progressive passes 84, key passes 17, ladies and gentlemen, not a small number. It's a very efficient number. And then passes received, if you can see, passes received 935, progressive passes received 12, deep touches 39. And then comes the defensive actions of what Thomas Partey has done. If you can see, there are interceptions, block passes of 42, tackles 69, fouls 33, ball recoveries 151, clearances 34. Thomas Partey has been the engine. Well, Thomas the Tank. We just don't call him Thomas the Tank for nothing. So that is that, ladies and gentlemen. Well, apparently we move on to yes, finally let's talk about Gabriel Jesus. Now, according to the Telegraph, we have an update stating that there is a possibility of Arsenal signing Gabriel Jesus, and they're inching closer to the world-class signing. It's not, and yes, they're inching very close to complete and announce the deal of Gabriel Jesus. It's a done deal. We don't talk much about it anymore. But here's another player that is out of nowhere getting linked to Arsenal and Newcastle. Newcastle, I understand, but one of the best players in Ligue 1 last season. It isn't surprised to see Arsenal and Newcastle being linked with RC Lens. Seiko Fofana, the Ivory Coast international, packed up 8 goals and an assist in 38 league appearances, forming a great partnership with his Malian teammate Cheek Doucouré. I heard that name. So L'Equipe report that Arsenal and Newcastle appreciate the profile of Fofana and would like to sign him. This is not the first time that he's being linked. Probably this is a repeat of him getting linked probably last week. And I checked him out. Well, of course, you'd say I went to YouTube and checked out. Yes, I did. He looks good. It's not a bad profile to be linked with Arsenal, but we have Sambi Lokonga in that profile, somewhat similar to that profile, and then we are signing like other midfielders that are able to unlock opposition's defense. Seiko Fofana would not make a lot of sense, but he was brought for 10 million euros from Udinese. RC Lens expect between 30 to 40 million, especially because they know that the Italian side will receive 20% of sell-on fee. So that's that. So Rio Ferdinand believes João Felix should leave Atletico Madrid. Well, yes, that's what he feels like. He says he's getting the ball on the... imagine if Felix plays in the team who give him the ball in the final third. He's getting the ball on the halfway line. It's the furthest place forward, and he's still got to run 50, 60 yards and 8 players to beat. I can't imagine he sits there and enjoys playing the way he's asked to play. I respect the way Simeone plays because he brought the success to that club, unrivaled from the times before him. But for a player like João Felix, he can't be sitting there on a plane home going, they got the best out of me, they continually get the best out of me. As a player, he won't be saying that. But for that attacking, well, he was a very strong attacking player for Benfica, so let's see how that will turn out to be. João Felix in the Premier League would be really smooth. I'd love that. I really love that. Anyways. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing. We are best place to sign Rafinha. Gabriel Jesus is a matter of time. So cheers. I'll see you in the next one.